Getting bored with open landscapes and dull biomes while spreading democracy? Ever thought that the Chaos Divers allowing the automatons to take Earth could be beneficial? Maybe they got a point. And maybe their treason will help craft Super Earth into the biome Helldivers have been demanding all along. Hey there everyone, my name's Dino the Casual Diver, and in today's video we're going to be speculating how Super Earth will one day become a biome battleground of epic proportions. Now, my first initial draft of this video was to determine that Cyberstan would be the location for this soon-to-be urban city-like biome. From the past iteration, we know Cyberstan to be a desolate white wasteland of snow and ice, a perfect setting in my opinion to build these newly leaked images of an automaton sub-faction known as the Iron Legion or the Iron Fleet. Negative temperatures would benefit masses of machinery producing such chrome monstrosities, but a news broadcast months ago does in fact imply that Cyberstan is pretty much a populated cityscape. As far as we know, this invasion is still going on, as Helldivers were deployed to retake Cyberstan. Where that leads is anyone's guess. However, other leaks suggest that we'll soon come to know that Cyberstan wasn't successfully liberated, and that the Cyborgs, well, they're coming for us. So, Cyberstan gets taken, the Iron Legion are formed, a Wish.com version of Rudolph Flippler becomes the new antagonist of Helldivers 2. Weapons get buffed, flamethrowers work, we take Cyberstan once again, procreation forms for everyone, and the world knows peace. But I don't think it's going that way. What I would like to discuss now is Super Earth and what it has an opportunity of becoming. We've seen many biomes and even war bonds representing inspirational tie-ins from pop culture like Starship Troopers and Predator, but I'm sure many of you have noticed that there's one franchise that's somewhat missing.
Attention, Helldivers.
Yeah, you could argue the automatons are a nod to the franchise already, but the setting of battling bots in an urban-like environment, in my opinion, is the ultimate Helldivers experience. And I know some may favour the rainforest-like setting for that claustrophobic Predator vibe, but the majority of our battles consist across wide open ground, and I appreciate that encourages combat, although running away is a tactic I dabble in myself. You're never not going to come into danger, and that becomes sometimes noticeably stale. To me at least, anyway. So, where do we go from here? Well, I'll give you an example.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Warning, you are in...
Tell me a close quarters urban environment would not be the next step in a mission biome when either assaulting the recent taking of Cyberstan or the imminent invasion of Super Earth. With how well lighting works within Helldivers and the somewhat ridiculously dense fog, replicating this 1980s action movie wet dream would be the best way, in my opinion, that Arrowhead could present a war for Super Earth or an attack on Cyberstan. Now, we know from the previous game and lore that Cyberstan was an Arctic-like environment and also the homeworld of Super Earth deserters known as the Cyborgs.
Once human, these terrorists have broken away from the peaceful ways of Super Earth and are fixed on mass destruction, devastation, and ruination. Utilizing inferior technology, they have become obsessed with the manipulation of their bodies and constantly seek to pervert the skin with machines that, according to them, gives them a higher meaning in life.
Judging by the images found, and in my opinion, we can assume that the Cyborgs are creating the Legion in preparation for an assault on Super Earth. We can only assume this due to the leaked images of future communications from the Ministry of Freedom announcing that the initial defense of Cyberstan was technically a failure, as all who ventured to Cyberstan were forcefully turned into cybernetic slaves and sent back with orders to murder those they love. Now, if that doesn't sound like a scenario to create a dense urban-like biome on Super Earth, I don't know what does. Need more convincing? Other leaked images of future mission objectives require us divers to protect the President's mansion, which isn't too difficult to picture, as I can see this being a remodel or reskin of the Evacuate High Value Assets mission. But along with these leaked mission statements, we also have an old image of what seems to be a nuclear briefcase, and a major order leak that has us drive to Cyberstan, which seems to be more of an instruction to head to Cyberstan, rather than physically drive there. And with regards to the briefcase, I can't decide whether that's an asset that needs recovering or protecting within the President's mansion, or a device that we would use on Cyberstan to set up nukes in a specific location. But that wouldn't necessarily work, as we have an ungodly large arsenal of nukes at our disposal. It's an item that a single diver would be carrying while only using a sidearm, much like when we're tasked with carrying the SD cards to the deposit boxes. I don't know, I'm a little lost on precisely where this comes in, but if you have any ideas or theories, leave them in the comments section down below. As well, they've been leaked for a while now, and some lucky divers have found them in-game, are the Recon vehicles. There isn't too much known about them, but the video is pretty self-explanatory as to how much fun we could be having with these things. We have leaks that show textures of Super Earth and coding indicating that roads will be part of the biome, along with various tree models, so we can maybe assume that some of Super Earth will be more green than other areas, just to mix it up a little. But I still believe that a close quarters and dense urban environment is a must for Arrowhead when it comes to the ultimate sacrifice of a Helldiver in defending Super Earth at all costs. Dense housing areas, built-up office blocks and roadways where having to peer around corners or crawl through decimated buildings is how I want to be fighting the Iron Legion when defending Super Earth. And that wraps up my theory-based video. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please don't leave without liking the video, and subscribe as well if you've enjoyed the content that much. I also stream over on Kick and Twitch and have other various social media links in the description down below. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time.